Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Andrew Davis. I'm a senior manager with the national accounts team at Holland America Line, and I want to thank the CruiseWeb for inviting me to join or to present Holland America Line's Canada, New England, and beyond. Now, whether you've cruised with us before or not, I hope that I can encourage you to join us on your next cruise vacation. At the end of the webinar, we will have some time for questions and answers, and I strongly encourage you to submit your questions via the chat at any time during this presentation. We'll try to get to as many questions as possible depending on the amount of time that we have. So with that, I'll go ahead and get started. And again, if you have any questions, please utilize the chat feature and submit those questions during the webinar. So Holland America Line, we are celebrating this past year 148 years of cruising, of taking passengers on our cruise lines around the world. So we're very proud of our history. We're very connected with our traditions, as you'll see through some of the information that I'm going to share with you. But our company first set sail in 1873 as the Netherlands American Steamship Company. So just a little bit of history there, and very much pay homage to our Dutch heritage throughout all of our ships, and it's very much still alive on board our ships as well. And we're very proud to consistently win the cruise industry's top honors, including highest client satisfaction for 4 consecutive years and best overall cruise value for 25 consecutive years. In addition to that, our destination expertise, we continually win awards for our expertise in the destinations that we're taking clients to, including Alaska, the best Grand World Voyage itineraries, the best private island for 20 consecutive years in a row, and the best shore excursions for 11 consecutive years. So these are just some of the many, many awards that we have won over the years from different trade magazines and All right, now I want to walk you through the Holland America Line experience. You know, at Holland America Line, we are the premium cruise line dedicated to explorers, foodies, and music lovers who want perfectly sized, refreshingly uncrowded ships filled with one-of-a-kind experiences. You know, our exclusive Explorations Central destination programming is designed to deepen guests' understandings of the places that we visit. We offer award-winning dining. Only Holland America Line has a dedicated culinary council of 8 world-renowned chefs. And we offer the best live music at sea. Days and nights are filled with lively, soul-stirring music by some of our all-star cast musicians at Lincoln Center Stage, B.B. King Blues Club, Billboard Onboard, and Rolling Stone Rockmore, and many more. Just keep in mind that music venues will vary by ship. And then we're very well known for our service. Guests will experience gracious, friendly service from a crew whose goal is to always be available, but never in your way. And of course, our ships are spaciously, perfectly sized, known as mid-sized ships. They're sophisticated in their style, offer spacious public areas and wraparound decks. Our ships never feel crowded and always have a corner guests can call their own. So I'm going to just kind of walk through some of the brand information and then we'll dive deeper into Canada, New England, and beyond. So based on our research, we know that guests that travel with Holland America Line, which we have termed the Modern Explorer, they've worked really hard and earned the opportunity to travel in comfort and style. And they're active, forever curious, and are looking to live life to the fullest. Seeking memorable and engaging experiences rather than buying things. And they really want to go beyond the shore and truly immerse themselves in amazing new cultures and places. And these are not travelers that are looking for water slides, go-karts, roller coasters, or rock climbing walls when they cruise. These are explorers, foodies, and music lovers who want to pursue their passions, again, on refreshingly uncrowded ships with one-of-a-kind culinary experiences, the very best in live music, and staff that attends to every detail every day. Touching a little bit more on explorers, you know, With Holland America Line, we offer exclusive destination programming featuring EXC talks that give guests a deeper understanding of the places that we visit. And for nearly 150 years of experience, we have nearly 150 years of experience sailing the world's oceans and offer more than 500 itineraries around the world connecting 400 ports of call. I mentioned our EXC talks, and I want to just touch on that a little bit more. So no matter where you choose to sail with it, no matter where you choose to sail with us, you have the opportunity to really go beyond the usual tourist track and experience amazing new places and cultures in an authentic way. Holland America Line's exclusive Exploration Central destination programming is designed to deepen your understanding of the places that we visit. There are indispensable travel resources and opportunities to engage with our own experts as well as local insiders, making exploring each port of call more vivid and meaningful. One of the best examples of this is our EXC talks. Now, these aren't just standard lectures and port talks. Holland America Line guests will get an insider's perspective and hear the kinds of stories only locals know at these informative onboard talks. Plus, on select sailings, our EXC talks feature multimedia presentations that bring each destination to vibrant life with captivating storytelling, expert commentary, and stirring audio, video, and imagery. This page shows just a few examples of the talks included on some of our sailings. Now, for foodies, we're dedicated to food lover who really wants unrivaled experiences in food, wine, and spirits, both on the ship and ashore. We're the only cruise line with a dedicated culinary council of 7 world-renowned chefs, plus we have experts both in wine and spirits who design our onboard dining and beverage experiences no matter where you dine on board our ships. We offer a variety of dining options, including specialty restaurants, pop-up dining experiences, and our award-winning dining room. And then we also offer live onboard cooking demonstrations with our port to table with a focus on the regional cuisine of where you're cruising. And then of course we offer incredible shore excursions in partnership with Food and Wine magazine. And I'd like to introduce you to our culinary council. You may recognize some of these folks as as several of them have participated in different cooking shows, including Top Chef and Iron Chef competition. And each of these chefs brings a different perspective. And our culinary council really is an elite team of world-renowned chefs who guide our complete onboard dining experience across the fleet. No other cruise line has 6 global experts partnering with them to enhance all aspects of our onboard dining experience. And we continue to win awards for our onboard dining, including Best for Dining by Cruise Critic, as well as Best New Restaurant at Sea for Rudy's Seldamar Specialty Restaurant. And it doesn't just stop at food. We are leaders in wine and spirits. Our wine is curated by James Suckling. He's an internationally acclaimed wine critic and former Wine Spectator editor. He really has helped create one of the most extensive and highest rated wine collections at sea. And then there's our master mixologist, Dale DeGroff. He's a James Beard Award-winning and best-selling author. Dale, AKA the King Cocktail, has created an extensive onboard cocktail menu featuring both classics and exclusive innovations, where guests can sample these at all the different venues across our fleet. And then moving on to music, when it comes to live music, a great cruise deserves a great soundtrack with the best in music, and only Holland America Line offers so many opportunities to enjoy memorable performances from world-class musicians. We offer live music for every taste at our exclusive music walk, including Lincoln Center Stage, BB King Blues Club, Billboard Onboard, Rolling Stone Rock Room, our World Stage, and more. Some of the our entertainment is really, our ships, we think of them as a floating performing arts center, and our entertainment is led by the best in live music. Billboard Onboard is our pianist, Our pianos really rock the house with the hits that you both know and love, and it's off the charts, literally. It's similar to a dueling pianos concept. And then, of course, B.B. King's Blues Club, direct from Beale Street. B.B. King's all-star band brings the best of Memphis R&B to see. And then Lincoln Center Stage showcases our outstanding programs of chamber music from classical to contemporary. And then Rolling Stone Rock Room, you can step into the pages of Rolling Stone magazine as a live band chronicles rock's history. And then our world stage features stunning visuals and groundbreaking entertainment as LED screens create the backdrop for awe-inspiring performances. And we've also partnered with BBC Earth to bring unforgettable new ways to experience the world's natural wonders. Through the innovative and breathtaking programming, guests are taken closer to the ocean and the natural world through groundbreaking concerts and film. And some of these films include Planet Earth 2 in concert, Alaska in concert, Inside Earth, and Blue Planet 2, underwater adventure. These are just some of the many experiences that we offer through our partnership with BBC Earth. Now, all of this entertainment is included with your cruise. It's complimentary. You do not need advanced reservations for any of the entertainment, nor do you need tickets for any of the entertainment. It's open to all guests. And then, of course, with Holland America Line, it's about every detail every day for the best service at sea. Every Holland America Line cruise features the renowned service that we're especially known for, from a crew whose goal is to always be available but never be in the way. Their genuine warmth and personalized attention earn rave reviews that turn first-time guests into loyalists. And then, of course, our ships are perfectly sized. You know, bigger isn't better. Better is definitely better. Ships, you know, our ships are refreshingly uncrowded. They look like ships with their sleek nautical lines, distinctive blue hulls, and graceful profiles. We offer uncrowded viewing areas, spacious public rooms, and wraparound decks. Sophisticated decor refined decor with sophisticated furnishings, exceptional art, and fresh flowers throughout. And of course, our sanctuary at sea, our suites and staterooms that surround you with comfort immediately, where you can immediately access them as you board the ship. And I want to talk to you as we start to move into the destination portion of the presentation. I want to share with you some information on the ships that will be sailing in Canada, New England, and beyond in 2022. And the first ship that we have is our classic ship, the Zaandam. She's designed to carry fewer guests, 1,432 guests total, while offering greater space. Now, the Zaandam is elegant and comfortable. Her decor is inspired by music and features musical instruments, including signed guitars from Queen, Iggy Pop, Eric Clapton, and the Rolling Stones, and offers a really cool Baroque style pipe organ. Now, while you're on board this ship, you can enjoy regional cooking demonstrations and food and wine tastings with our EXC Port to Table programming, and rejuvenate at our greenhouse spa and salon, as well as indulge in any of our fine dining venues throughout the ship. The second ship that will be cruising in the waters, the Canadian and New England waters, is the new Statendam. And this is the first of our award-winning Pinnacle class ships to cruise Canada and New England. It really reflects the mastery of detail we've refined over our nearly 150-year history. This innovative vessel brings you the best of everything we do. Experience the sophisticated design and gracious service for which we're known for, and discover new Pinnacle class exclusives in dining, entertainment, and more. So all of the dining venues and entertainment venues that I've shared with you so far are featured on this ship, the new Statendam. And she's won several awards, including Best New Ship in 2019, and then Best Mid-Size Ship in 2020. So we'll go ahead and move forward into the destination portion of the presentation. But first, I'd really like to share with you a quick overview of our 2022 Canada, New England, and beyond, and just share with you a quick visual of the itineraries that we'll be offering in 2022. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these itineraries. I just want to give you information on the itineraries that are being offered. everything from a 6-day cruise all the way up to a 24-day voyage. And we'll dive deeper into one of the 7-day voyages just to give you some more information about the destination shortly. And then here's a few more itineraries that are available in 9 days and 10 days. And then the last of them is an 11-day, 14-day, and then we also are offering a 24-day itinerary this year that includes Iceland. That's round trip from Boston. So if you've ever wanted to circumvent Iceland, this is an incredible opportunity to cruise the Icelandic waters, including and Canada, New England on this 24-day journey on board the New Scott and Don. All right, so now let's take a deeper look at one of our iconic 7-day Canada-New England sailings. Now, the ports of New England and Eastern Canada bear witness to fascinating histories and vibrant cultures that continue to thrive to this day. You know, as you approach these cities from the sea, it offers a really memorable perspective. You know, for many immigrants to North America, their first glimpse of their new lives will be from the decks of ships sailing into these harbors. While the fishing villages of New England and Canada's Atlantic provinces embody a long seafaring tradition, neither region is frozen in time. There's world-class museums and celebrated restaurants. They sit side by side with historic sites. So whether you want to explore the early days of Canada and the United States or see what the future holds for their metropolises, a journey along North America's Atlantic coast promises to be unforgettable. So as we're going to dive deeper into this itinerary, starting with Boston, you know, Boston is a must pre or post cruise stay. It's one of the main attractions one of the main attractions is the Freedom Trail. It starts at Boston Common and winds through downtown, and you end at the U.S. Constitution. It's a great way to see Boston and the beginnings of American history. The next city would be Bar Harbor. Now, I'm going in a direction from Boston up to Montreal, up to Montreal and Quebec City, but you could go either direction on this sailing. But Bar Harbor is located on Mount Desert Island in Maine. Bar Harbor is truly the quintessential New England coastal town. It's picturesque and charming. It's a scenic and walkable town with streets lined with restaurants and boutiques. Dining on lobster is a must, as is a scoop or two of the town's homemade ice cream from their shops. Boat tours explore the waters and islands that surround Bar Harbor, with seasonal opportunities to see wildlife, including whales, and lighthouses along the way. Now, Bar Harbor is surrounded by the magnificent Acadia National Park, making the area an adventurer's playground. And I'll share with you one of my favorite shore excursions up there, which is the Acadia National Park in Lobster Bay. Now, this particular shore excursion combines the highlights of the Acadia National Park with a true down east lobster bake. You would journey along the spectacular scenery of Maine's rocky coastline past Thunder Hole, Otter Cliffs, and the Jordan Pond House, and then head to the summit of Cadillac Mountain, the highest point on North America's eastern seaboard. And then afterwards, you're going to enjoy a fresh Maine lobster and a blueberry dessert in a beautiful coastal setting. This is my favorite, one of my favorite shore excursions when I've traveled into Bar Harbor. The next destination is going along your cruise is going to be Halifax in Nova Scotia. Now, it's located on a rocky inlet in the Atlantic Ocean. Halifax, which is Nova Scotia's provincial capital, is defined by its maritime geography. Its spirited mix of world-class history and nautical-themed museums, alongside bunkers and fortresses that guarded the harbor, plus striking public arts and sites, funky shops, and excellent pubs, serving up funky music and really good pints of beer as well. You can explore the Halifax waterfront, where steamships once anchored to drop off arriving immigrants at Pier 21. You can savor the low-key but classy culinary scene from fresh seafood and Nova Scotia specialties. The city has both street vendors and casual dining joints, catering to university students and upscale eateries with elegant settings. Along Nova Scotia's southern shores, the city is surrounded by lush greenery and charming villages that are worth the trip from downtown proper. Now, you can snap photos of attractions in the charming fishing village, Peggy's Cove with its picturesque lighthouse on a rocky outcropping, or wander the streets of Lüneburg, whose colorful old town is designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can also soak in the charms and sights of Mahon Bay, home to artist studios and a trio of steepled churches. Now, one of my favorite short excursions here is Peggy's Cove and Titanic Combination. And this is where you can visit two of Halifax's most popular landmarks, Peggy's Cove and the Fairview Lawn Cemetery, the final resting place of 121 passengers of the Titanic. You would journey along the coast to the historic community of Peggy's Cove, where you'll have the time to explore the shops, the galleries, and the iconic Peggy's Point Lighthouse, and then join a guide around the Fairview Lawn Cemetery as they tell you the tale of the ill-fated Titanic. This is a really popular short excursion. Again, it's one of the ones that I enjoyed when I was in Halifax as well. Then next on our itinerary would be Sydney, also in Nova Scotia. Now, Sydney is the largest city on the Cape Breton Island, which is linked by causeway to the rest of Nova Scotia. Now, Sydney's attractions start at the harbor, where visitors can shop for locally made crafts and see the world's largest spittle, which towers beside the port's cruise pavilion. Some of the city's historic houses and churches date back to the 1700s and 1800s and are open for tours. Restaurants often provide live music, along with meals of seafood freshly caught in nearby waters. Sydney's galleries give visitors a chance to meet local artists and purchase their works. And my favorite short excursion in Sydney is the bird islands of Cape Breton, puffins, seals, and eagles. The scenery along the Trans-Canadian Highway includes stunning panoramic views. At the entrance of the Great Channel, you will discover the beautiful bird islands. Rising from the sea like rocky pillars, these islands are the nesting grounds for thousands of seabirds, razorbills, bald eagles, and more than 300 pairs of Atlantic puffins. Here you can board a boat for a 2.5-hour educational, interactive, and culturally narrated cruise. You can capture the changing seasons and every busy wildlife with your camera as you learn about the nesting habits of seabirds, the life of the gray seal, the sea caves, and other local folklore on this informative half-day excursion. Now, although wildlife varies with the seasons, there's always something for you to see on this excursion. And then next up would be Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Charlottetown is the capital of Canada's smallest province, Prince Edward Island, as well as its largest city, though it has fewer than 35,000 residents. Now, despite its modest size, the city has an impressive number of Victorian houses and buildings, as well as great parks waiting to be explored. Prince Edward Island is linked to New Brunswick on the mainland of Canada by a 13-kilometer or 8-mile Confederation Bridge. It's a remarkable feat of engineering. The bridge opened in 1997 and is the longest in the world over icy waters. Sites within downtown Charlottetown include the lovely Victorian Row, which becomes a pedestrian mall each summer, and other historic buildings. Some of the other historic buildings are now museums along that way as well. And then one of my favorite short excursions is the ultimate Anne of Green Gables experience. Nearby Prince Edward Island National Park is home to white sand beaches, hiking and biking trails, plus you can see the house and farm that inspired the beloved book Anne of Green Gables. Very popular short excursion. This is a good one. I enjoyed this one very much so. And then next up would be Quebec City on our itinerary. Few places in North America are steeped in history as Quebec City, Canada. It's older than Jamestown, and it was founded before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. It's the only city north of Mexico whose original fortifications remain intact. The Quebec City Historic District is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's still home to religious orders and hospitals that date back to the 17th century. The British took control of all of New France within a year of that 1759 battle, but even so, French culture still lives on here in Quebec City. More than 95% of Quebec City's population speaks French as its first language, though it's still very easy to sightsee and navigate the city in English. I equate Quebec City, for me, it reminds me of stepping into a Norman Rockwell painting. It's just so picturesque and beautiful. The history, the culture, it's just an incredible city to visit. And then one of the great excursions you can do in Quebec is the culinary walks. It's in partnership with, it's Quebec City, the culinary walk. It's in partnership with Food and Wine magazine. It's a great way to really immerse yourself into the cuisine and learn more about the history of Quebec. Quebec's modern cuisine, it's really influenced by its traditional French roots and features rich, flavorful dishes created from humble beginnings. On this memorable culinary walking tour, you'll taste some of the finest flavors this charming city has to offer and explore some of its historic neighborhoods. At each stop on your journey, you're going to try local food delicacies, some of them perfectly paired with wine or spirits. You'll also wander through the city's wonderful farmers market, where vendors come from all over Quebec to sell their cheeses, sausage, strawberries, and other delectable farm-to-market treats. And throughout the day, your knowledgeable guide is going to be offering you fascinating facts and culinary insights, allowing you to discover Quebec City really through a different light through its food. And then the last stop on this particular itinerary would be Montreal. And Montreal is really a city of contrasts. It's one that defies a simple description or a catchy tagline. It sits on the New World St. Lawrence River, yet it has an undeniably old world French flair. It's a historic city founded in 1642, and the streets of Old Montreal are lined with sites that range from a 17th century seminary to a grand commercial building erected in the 19th century. But Montreal is also home to contemporary architectural masterpieces. Most notably are those erected for the Expo 67, including the Biosphere. Whichever of the city's many aspects appeal to you, you're sure to be charmed by this unique city and find many things to do in Montreal. And it's a great town or great city to spend pre or post your cruise with Holland America Line. All right, now, the top reasons to cruise with Holland America Line in 2022 on a Canada, New England, and beyond itinerary would be, these are the top reasons. The New Statendam is going to be making her premiere season in Canada, New England. It is an innovative Pinnacle class ship. The award-winning vessel features sophisticated design, exclusive dining and entertainment experiences. We're going to be offering a new itinerary, Canada, New England, and Iceland. As I mentioned, this is a 24-day journey aboard the New Statendam, which circumvents Iceland, making 6 port calls in the otherworldly country, along with stops in Greenland, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland. We also offer a variety of immersive and convenient sailing options, whether whale watching in the late spring, savoring old-fashioned summer lobster boil, or strolling through the intense fall foliage. Our wide selection of cruises ensures the perfect experience at your preferred time of the year. And for quick getaways, our 6 to 8 day sailings between Boston and Montreal or Boston and Quebec City offer convenient weekend departures. And then, of course, on longer journeys, you can find more ports to explore. You can also experience Quebec in depth on the Zaandam. The Zaandam charts a very scenic path up the St. Lawrence River on our 9 and 7 day sailings. Each voyage features Montreal as an embarkation or departure port, as well as visits to Quebec City, one of the top rated ports and home to really cool, chic art galleries, captivating museums, and delectable French bistros. And then, of course, you can uncover the culinary delights of Canada and New England through steaming bowls of clam chowder, decadent plates of poutine, sweet treats flavored with maple syrup from the Canadian countryside, and iconic dishes like lobster. We offer incredible culinary excursions in partnership with Food and Wine magazine throughout Canada and New England. Now with Holland America Line, there's a new way to experience your cruise with us. It's a new way for you to really experience the world of Holland America Line while enjoying amazing savings. So now for one fare, you'll enjoy a premium package that includes 4 of our most popular items. And this saves you 50% or more compared to if you bought these items separately. With 4 amenities included, this gives you a good way to visualize what's included in your cruise depending on the length of the sailing. However, let's look at like this particular sailing that we went through, which is a 7-day sailing. With the Have It All, we're going to include 1 shore excursion for both guests 1 and 2, up to $100 in value. You can book this short excursion in advance, and it's not limited to a small list of excursions. It applies to any excursion that we offer and in any of the destinations that you're visiting. If the cost of the short excursion is more than $100, we're going to give you $100 off that tour. It also includes the signature beverage package, which allows you to enjoy up to 15 both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, including specialty coffees every day. And then it'll include 1 night in our specialty dining on the one night you'll be dining in our Pacific Northwest Seafood Steakhouse Pinnacle Grill. And then that would be for guests 1 and 2 as well. And then of course, it's going to include the Wi-Fi surf package. And this allows you to be able to check email, post on social media, and have connectivity to the world if you need that on your sailing. All right, so with that, I'm going to go into we have a little bit of time left just to go into questions and answers. So I'm going to jump into that right away. It looks like someone has a question about the Have It All promotion. They're asking, can I make specialty dining reservations in advance prior to boarding the ship? And the answer is yes. Not only can you make your dining reservations in advance, which I strongly encourage you to do so that you get the date and time that you prefer, but you can also book your short excursions in advance as well. Like I mentioned, that short excursion that's included with Have It All, you can book that in advance as well. So I strongly encourage you to plan all of that in advance just so you don't miss out on something. Let's see, another question that just came in, do I need to be vaccinated in order to cruise with Holland America Line? Another wonderful question. I'll share with you what our current policy is, which is yes, currently you do need to be fully vaccinated. We're only allowing fully vaccinated guests, and that's through cruises that depart through March 31st of 2022. Just know that if you're going to be cruising after this date, I highly recommend that you contact one of the very knowledgeable CruiseWeb travel advisors, as they will have the most up-to-date information to share with you closer to your departure date. So again, the answer is yes, through any departures leaving through March 31st of 2022. After that, it could change. Check with your CruiseWeb travel advisor. And then I have time for one more question. Let's see, it looks like the question comes in, I'm a US citizen. Do I need a passport for one of these Canada, New England, to travel on one of these Canada, New England cruises? And the answer is yes, you definitely need a passport to travel on one of the Canada, New England cruises. So you will need to have a US passport. If you do not have a US passport, I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that now, apply now. The time frame, the turnaround time is, from what I'm hearing from folks that are having to renew or get a passport for the first time, is quite lengthy. So I highly recommend and encourage you to do that sooner rather than later. So that's all the time I have today. Again, I want to thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate your time. If you have additional questions that were not answered during this webinar, please reach out to the CruiseWeb. Their phone number is located on your screen now, and know that they are celebrating their 27 years of being in business. And they're an incredible partner with Holland America Line and will help you plan the perfect voyage. Thank you again so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful afternoon.